All right, a win over Fresno State for San Diego State. An easy score to remember, 74-47. What a game for Jaden LeDee, one of the best players in the country this season. He continues to prove that. What a night from him. I think he made his last 8 shots. Tremendous, over 20 points. 8 of his 13 games, I want to say, he has at least 20 points. He missed a game. Remember, he did miss one game due to injury, and that was a big focus coming off of tonight's game here. That's going to be a big focus. During the game, second half, going into the second half, we're wondering, okay, is Reese Waters going to play? Ends up not. What about Byrd? I don't remember seeing him play either there in the second half. Byrd, he came off. It ended up being a toe injury. At least I think that's what San Diego State is saying. And then with Reese Waters, both ankles. Pre-game, hurt one ankle, rolled it, and then in the first half, rolls the other ankle as well. So it seems like he's fine. Good news was it was not a close game where he had to go back in and had to test it. They were, up by 20 plus points. It was a blowout. There was no need for him to go back in. So I guess if you're going to roll both ankles, this was the night to do it. But yeah, that's the big question. I mean, last year with this Aztecs team, they stayed really healthy. Like, all of their key players obviously were there when it mattered the most, and we're still ways away from when it matters the most there in March. And this was a good start, obviously, to the conference play, getting this blowout win over Fresno State tonight at Viejas. But health is going to be the key. It's a talented Aztecs team, no doubt about that. But I do think last year there was a little bit more depth, length on this team. And so it's going to get tested if some guys can't end up, staying healthy throughout the season. Now, some of these things, obviously, you can't control. It's not like if you could control injuries, obviously, you would be able to control it, and these guys wouldn't be rolling ankles or, getting hurt like that. Like, some things just happen. So we just kind of have to cross our fingers and hope that Reese Waters, who is obviously a good shooter, and Jaden LeDee, obviously, NBA body, physical. Some of the plays that he was making tonight, there's 2 Fresno State players saying, we're not going to allow you to shoot this ball. We are not allowing you to score. And he still just out-physicals them and gets the shot up. And it's not like he just goes to the free throw line. He makes it. And there's an and one. And that's just what he did. If I remember correctly, he was pretty good from the free throw line tonight. Aztecs out-rebounded Fresno State, I think, by double digits. They were over 50% from the field. Fresno State was, I think, in the 30s. So while San Diego State didn't hit a ton of threes tonight, other parts of the game were really good. Jay Powell, shout out to him. Some scrappy defense. Just little passes, batting it out of bounds, reset the play, not allowing Fresno State to keep passing the ball and find an open shot. Little things like that really stood out to me tonight. So a good win. Still only 2 losses on the year. And then they've got UNLV coming up during the weekend on Saturday back at Viejas, I think at 1 o'clock. And UNLV, they beat Creighton earlier this year, so they do have some good wins on their schedule. They just scored like over 100 points. They did not play a Mountain West team, I forget the team, but they just dropped a ton of points on their opponent on Tuesday. So we'll see what that matchup brings, and obviously Byrd and Reese Waters, hopefully they're going to be good to go. Hopefully the Reese Waters thing was precautionary. He was on the bench. I don't remember seeing Byrd, but Waters was on the bench in the second half, cheering on his teammates. He was sitting there next to Lamont and LeDee. And LeDee was able to get out early because of the blowout. So all things good there with LeDee tonight, no doubt about that. So it was a good night for the Aztecs in terms of scoring points, good defense, getting the win.